I said it's only money.
Oh, he ain't got it.
We done heard his tongue.
Welcome back to another episode of It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Cam and Mace.
Summertime already, huh? We doing something already. Should have told me, nigga. I would have came in here and tikied out too, nigga. We doing summertime already. Let's do it.
I was on the beach tanning.
Nah, I ain't mad. Listen, if it's definitely almost summertime, man. This might be the last suit of the summer, until fall, man. I like that though.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Feeling good. Nice little touch. Okay, so we're coming in hot. Scottie Pippen is blasting Michael Jordan. Scottie made a statement saying Jordan was a horrible player. He said, "You guys have seen him play. He was a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. It was all one-on-one shooting, bad shots." What do you think about Scottie's statement?
Scottie is wildin'. Scottie, check it out, Scottie. You're going way overboard, Scottie. You're making it obvious that Mike's son being with your wife is getting to you. I'm gonna let Killer go and then I'm coming back to you. It's just mind-boggling to think that you are this messed up over Michael Jordan's son.
I don't even think it's that deep. Pause. I think it's the same thing what you was just about to say. This has nothing. This is not basketball related.
Yeah, Mike has nothing to do with this.
He's making it basketball related, but this has nothing to do with basketball. This is all about a nigga's son boning his baby mother, and now we're making it into basketball. If you watch the Is What It Is page or follow our page on Instagram, we have all the old footage up there of him begging Michael Jordan to come back and play with him when he took the 2 years off.
Oh yeah, when his sneaker came up.
Yeah, we pointed
and Scottie,
to
was like this, saying, "Mike, come back."
Mike, please come back.
Yeah.
You got Charles Oakley slapping him up for disrespecting Michael Jordan, grabbing them all up. I think this has nothing to do with basketball. It's not. To me, it's not even a lot to talk about because it's like, if it made sense, then but. That's always going to be a debate whether LeBron is better than Michael better than LeBron.
This has nothing to do with that. And if he keeps it up, one of the LeBron sons might get it. What is he going to? I mean, they count on me to tell the truth. They count on me. I'm telling you, they count on me to tell the truth, Killer. I gotta tell the truth. You keep it up, Scottie, and she gonna end up with one of the Jameses.
And then LeBron ain't gonna be shit.
Yeah, then he gonna be saying LeBron ain't good.
LeBron ain't really good. The best player is the Joker. That's really the best player. Now she end up fucking one of LeBron's son. He ain't gonna be the best player. The Joker gonna be the best player. Scottie, look, Scottie. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of niggas fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas
lose it.
Your pull-out game pause is weak. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't work out. You had them kids. Motherfucking Future. He got out there. Future, my man, he got a few kids.
Yeah.
She ain't catch Future. She tried to catch Future slipping. She ain't catch Future, She gonna catch Mike Jr. Look like she might catch him. That's what's really gonna hurt.
He gonna get some Jordans after all.
Yeah. that's gonna hurt if your baby mother got a Jordan baby.
Yeah.
If your baby mother got a Jordan baby, so your son brother is Dennis Jordan.
We gotta chill.
I'm just saying. Yeah. What if I don't know his kid's name, but let's say you got Leonard Pippen and Dennis Jordan and y'all brothers.
Yeah.
Like what's that?
Yeah.
Larissa, you ill, my nigga. You an ill one.
Larissa is an ill one.
Because trust me, I think Mike is smart enough to have a talk with his son.
Yeah.
Like, yo, strap up. You know what she about, but she seemed like she pretty much know what she's doing. I think a baby gonna come out of this.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're going everywhere together.
Yeah.
And I saw one time when Pippen had the ball, he threw the ball back and it went in from Paul's. He threw the ball up from the 3-point line backwards and the ball and he scored it. And then it said, "I still got it." And the comments went crazy.
What is he talking about, though? I don't even know what that
I
means.
did see that, yeah.
What, he thought he killed it because he threw it?
He threw it up.
Yo, look.
He said he still got it. And everybody started writing, well, you don't got lost.
You don't got it. You obviously you don't got it. You know what picture I see? I seen the picture.
Oh, man.
I seen the picture of Mike's son, and
we love you, Pippen, but you're wildin', Pippen.
I don't love you. I don't know you from nowhere, man. I ain't gonna sit and act like I love you. I know niggas on here I talk about that I love. I got love for certain niggas. I don't know you. I'm gonna be honest with you. He aging bad off this shit too. His skin is starting to get craters and shit. This shit is fucking him up. He's aging bad off this. The picture that I did see though.
He's trying to follow Future getting his hair braided.
They ain't working because his skin ain't right. You gotta get facials. Pause. He gotta do something because his shit is not right. I know. Yeah, that was fucked up. Y'all know y'all gonna get me, but pause. His skin is fucked up. The picture I did see though was him and Larissa.
Yeah.
And the Michael Jordan shit in the background. They was at some event. And I'm like, why? They could have picked anywhere to take the picture at, but they took the picture back of this shit. They doing shit out of spite at this point, because I think now it's at the point like, you know where to get them mad?
Yeah.
Let's take a picture in front of this. Scottie,
and the ex is always going to want to do that.
Yeah, they want to be spiteful, but at the end of the day, you got to know who you having kids with too, man. Sometimes you don't know, but this was kind of obvious.
Marcus Jordan, we're praying for you. Stay focused.
Okay, so I also got to ask, do you all think that Scottie always making comments on Michael Jordan, do you think that messes up his legacy, or you think it's okay for him to keep saying?
No, eventually it is, because this happens a lot in hip hop, but now we're seeing it in sports. A lot of times you hear people giving their commentary, and their commentary is not truthful. It's always based around some hate or some girl somewhere in the equation. And it's sad to see them go out like that, being they have so much legacy, winning three-peating twice. Many other teams haven't even done that. But every time he goes out and says something stupid, it makes it harder to look back at those championships and see him as the focal point that he was.
See, the thing about it is we were around to know the legacy of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Like, Stat may not even know it. She knows it because she's Stat. I'm saying see, a lot of people, when it comes to like Michael Jordan and LeBron comparisons, a lot of people be like, yo, it's no conversation. LeBron is better than Mike. I don't care what nobody says. Yeah. And what happened with Mike is not just the stats. It was a feeling in the air, pause. It was like, yo, Mike's playing tonight. You know nobody else can win. It doesn't matter what you show.
Nobody could win.
Nobody could win. It wasn't even like LeBron.
You get a pass if you didn't get a championship in that era, because you get to say, I played in the Mike era.
Right. Like even when LeBron plays, doesn't matter what team he's on, they might lose. When Mike plays in the championship, you know he's not losing.
You're not gonna win.
So it's just a lot of shit that Mike did. So a lot of people younger kids don't get the grasp of what's going on. Jordan Jammer. It's everybody does it. They lean in, dunk sideways. Nobody was doing the kiss the rim sideways before they did. Yeah, you know a lot of stuff Mike did. Game on the line, close his eyes, shoot free throw, and bet a nigga $50,000 while he's shooting the free throw. So it was a lot of shit outside of stats that people love from Michael Jordan. Scottie know that shit, and like I said, all this shit is just outside of basketball. Answer your question, does it fuck his legacy up? I would say yes, because people are going to, we're in an era where, for instance, let's say for instance, right? Mace sold millions of records. I sold millions of records. Executive produced millions of records sold. You go on YouTube and type our name in, I bet you right now, no music pop up, the show will pop up, or something else to pop up. So the music, not saying people don't fuck with it, but right now, if the first thing you type our name in and this pop up, this is what's going on now. We'll get to the music later. You know what I'm saying? So it could potentially
fucking. Saying. So if this keeps popping up as the first thing you see in Scottie Pippen, you're not going to get into the three-peat twice.
Right, exactly. If you type in Scottie Pippen's name right now, this Michael
future might come up.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not good.
Exactly.
That's not good,
what I'm trying to
especially
say.
if you're in the top 50 players
Right, exactly. So
to ever play the game.
yeah, you type Scottie name in, ain't no basketball shit coming up right now.
His son don't even come up, and his son made the Lakers. This is crazy. No, people got to understand, as parents, you could defame your kids with your actions. 'Cause that's what
Absolutely.
you're doing, Scottie. You need to chill out, Scottie. Your son trying to make the Lakers, play on the Lakers, do big things for himself, and you're slowing him up with this Larsa thing. You gotta let that go. Get a new one. Get somebody better than her.
The whole shit is he slowing up or is she slowing them up? Or are they slowing them up together?
Yeah, she might be slowing him up.
Because at the end of the day,
No, she ain't slowing him up. He's letting her slow him up.
no, what I'm saying at the end of the day, she's a distraction.
Yeah.
She come to the game, it's
Yeah.
with Michael Jordan's son and it's your mother, it's an automatic distraction because now
Exactly.
the cameras is, yo, get him. Or now you got paparazzi get him. They're not focusing on the game. Like, this is the shit like, Mom, could you stay home?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm coming to support.
I'm coming to the game.
You bringing Marcus? Yeah, I'm bringing Marcus. Now that's what they're focusing
And I have
on.
a hard time just trying to believe that she didn't know Mike. I don't want to harp on this, but it's kind of hard to believe that she didn't know Mike.
What you mean didn't know him? Know him, know him?
She make it seems as if they didn't know. She didn't get to know that their family didn't know each other like that,
Got you.
and they was too successful to not know each other.
Absolutely. I
Well,
agree
let's
with
get
that.
off that. Let's get off that.
Well, all good points. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We'll be right back.
I think so. And make sure you close the door behind you.
When I tell the up, man. When I tell the up, man. When I tell the up, man.
I'm Rico fucking strong.
Took that horsepower and told the girl to giddy up.
Baby!
Fast money, money, fresh shit, cash money, Moscow mule,
I'm back.
money. Looking back at her, I'm a crash.
Oh, hell no. Muchacho, levántate. Toma eso, bébetelo.
Right now?
Well, cuña.
Okay.
Well,
Now, right now. Right now.
yeah.
Girl, let me see you walk it off. Oh, let me see you walk it off. Yeah, let me see you walk it off. Go, girl, let me see you walk it off.
Welcome back. Okay, so we got some news on Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe and Fox Sports, the parent company of FS1, which airs Undisputed, have reached a buyout agreement. Shannon Sharpe's last show is reportedly after the 2023 NBA Finals. But my question is, are you surprised?
I'm still thinking about Scottie Pippen dreads. What you think made him get them dreads, killer?
Future. Dirty son in the styrofoam. 100 miles running NASA. That's the only thing.
Free bands. Free bands.
Nigga say, and then the March Madness. 35 on the dashboard. Shout out to Future. Scooter, what up, man? That's the only thing I could see. Because maybe he going through a midlife crisis. That can only be Scottie about 60.
Yeah,
gotta be going
it's
through
too
a
late
midlife.
for the midlife.
He having an afterlife. He having one of them joints. I don't know what made him do it, man.
Yo, and we not trolling you, Scottie. We just not tolerating no cap up here. It is what it is. Tolerates no cap.
That's that.
And it
man.
is what it is.
Yeah,
that
it
got
is
it.
what it
That
is.
got it.
That's crazy, man.
But back to Shannon Sharpe.
Um,
I think Shannon Sharpe would do well here.
Shannon, you definitely got a home here. Yo, listen, my nigga, come to Is What It Is, nigga. You know how much bread we get? And you can be you, because we being us.
Yeah.
Yo, shit would be wild, my nigga.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know you got Club Shay Shay, and I know you not just reaching a buyout without something else lined up. But think about it, my nigga. It makes mad sense.
Yeah.
Mad sense.
We get him and Michael Irvin. We can get 100
Now, we
million.
could get Mike Irvin, nigga. All we need is a quarter key. we get a quarter. we get a quarter key, yo, Mike. We get a quarter key up here, nigga, Mike. You could come right up here, Mike Irvin. Our shit pure. We right in Miami shit right off the water, nigga. Every Monday, nigga, you be lined up. Come fuck with us. You make sure you right. We'll pay you in cash and cocaine, nigga.
Mike, I ain't in on that. Mike.
Don't act like niggas don't know what Mike like to do. Niggas know what Mike like to do. He like bitches and cocaine. Whatever you want. But we do need you, Mike. Pause. Now, we would love you up here, but we know your habits. You're more than welcome to come up. Now, if you're clean, that'd be great too. We would love to have you. But him and Shannon would be a great idea. But what I was going to say, originally is, I think that relationship with him and Skip was over the time after that football player from Buffalo. Yeah, Hammond.
Fell out on that.
Fell out, and Skip was so cold-hearted about it. And Shannon took the day off, and then when Shannon came back, he went crazy. And Skip tried to be like, man, calm down, put your damn glasses on, you acting crazy, kind of sun Shannon out. And I don't think that ever been repaired. Kwame Brown and Shannon Sharpe was beefing last week. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe and Kwame Brown was having big internet beef last week because Kwame Brown dissed LeBron for his performance.
Yeah, you can't say nothing about
LeBron to Shannon. So basically, he was dissing LeBron. So Shannon got on the show and said, "What the fuck wrong with Kwame, man? Kwame out his motherfucking mind." He said, "Kwame's on the Mount Rushmore of bust pause in the NBA." He said, "Sam Bowie."
Yeah, I know that didn't go well
Sam
for
Bowie,
Kwame.
Kwame, and some other niggas. He said he's on the Mount Rushmore. He said, "Well, he talking about dissing King James." So then Kwame Brown comes back and starts saying, "You country ass fool," da 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 da. Start talking about him, start going crazy on shit. You know Kwame goes crazy too. And then what he said is, he said, "You let that white man sun you out up there, tell you put your glasses back on, and all this crazy shit. You ain't nothing but a pawn on that show."
And this happened after that?
This happened last week, and this week Shannon is getting a buyout. So
Kwame might have won.
Kwame might have got
in the streets. Kwame won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So as soon as that happened, next week Shannon's getting bought out because what I think is Shannon's hearing a bunch of backlash from, Skip running the show. Skip, you hotter than Skip. You know, niggas I don't know. You might be hotter than Skip right now. You don't even need Skip, nigga.
You helping Skip.
Yeah, what you still there for?
You know, you get in the right barbershop. That's
a fact.
You helping Skip.
That's a fact.
You make that money whether you with Skip or not.
And I think that's exactly where Shannon is at. I think Shannon already has something lined up. I don't think he's that dumb to make an irrational decision and just be like, "I'm leaving." He could reach the buyout, but before he reached the buyout, he done had his meetings, talked to whoever he talked to.
Yeah.
And I think when football season starts this year, he'll make a big announcement in the summertime, but I think he'll have something going on to where it'll be his show and somebody else will be a part of it. Still got a home here, nigga, if you want, my nigga, but I think that's what's gonna happen. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Good points. Okay, so what do you think this means for Skip?
I don't know if this is really a good thing for Skip because Skip is, he's he's not Howard Stern. We was talking about Shock Radio and they said that crazy shit the other day called Howard Stern that thing. But still, on a serious note, Skip is one of them people too who say stuff to irk you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Says stuff just to get you mad. I don't even believe half the time he believes the shit that he says. Sometimes he does, but sometimes it's more or less to get you mad. You got to realize he got Jalen Rose out of character. Jalen Rose had to call him Water Gun Pistol Pete and all that. What's my nigga name who went to Stanford? The cornerback. What's the cornerback? Richard Sherman. He had Richard Sherman go up there, get out of character. Terrell Owens been up there on several occasions and cursed niggas out. I think Skip likes getting under people's skin. And for him, I think that he has a great platform, so I think that he'll find somebody to be his co-host, but it's about who wants to be his co-host. Because if you got a nigga with some money already, he'd be like, What the
Yeah.
fuck I really need you for? I think it was a time when Stephen A was talking about getting back with Skip, but I think
But
they got
right now it's too late.
Yeah, I think they got Mad Dog up
Yeah.
there. The dude Mad Dog be on the show. He's kind of like a Skip a little bit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The great question is, what does this
Terrell
mean for
Owens
Skip?
will be good for him.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that for
Terrell
Skip.
Owens will be good.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I
it
like
gotta
that.
be
See, the thing
somebody.
about Terrell Owens, though, not to cut you off, Terrell Owens, and listen, Terrell, let me be first tell you, because me and my man Sin argue about this all day. What Terrell Owens got to stop doing is thinking he getting back in the NFL. Terrell Owens.
I was just about to say that.
Terrell
Terrell could play in the league right now.
Yeah, that's what Sin say. Sin always
Yeah.
argue. I'm not saying he's not in shape to, but nobody's picking you up, Terrell. You're not getting a try. You ain't see 2 years ago when AB left the field in Tampa Bay in the middle of the game, and remember AB got kicked out?
Yeah.
Terrell Owens got he said, I'm ready. He said, Terrell Owens said, you can put me in right now. Right now, you can put me in. I'm like, Terrell, they're not picking you. I'm not saying you're not in shape to do it, but you're 50.
Yeah.
They're not putting
A
nobody in the
50-year-old
field.
wide receiver, they're just not going to do it.
It's just not going to do it. So basically, if Terrell, I think he will have a great career in media, but he's still thinking he's going to get a shot in football.
Yeah.
And so he working out like a mad dog every day, running 28 miles, doing squats, doing bench press, all this. Yo, Rel, they not coming to get you,
Yeah,
bro.
they ain't coming to get
They
Rel.
not, bro. Listen, I'm telling you as a friend, I don't know you. They're not. You not saying you're not in shape to do it. Your age says they're not coming to get you, bro. Only person who pulled shit off at your age that was good was Bernard Hopkins. Now, if you want to go fight and all that, see if that works for you. Outside of that, NFL ain't fucking with you.
And his past history doesn't allow people to even do that if they wanted to.
That's a great point as well. Your head case.
Yeah.
You're crazy. your virus to the locker room. You split locker rooms up. You went in there, first year in Philly, you got niggas arguing, McNabb ain't throwing it to niggas. Y'all fuck with McNabb. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a virus in the locker room, and that's going to make people not want to fuck with you either. Even with Tony Romo. He said Tony Romo keep passing to Jason Witten too much.
Yeah.
You split locker rooms up when you go to teams. So
and
not
taking those pom-poms and going to the middle of the
50-yard
field.
line. I like that part, though. That was funny. He went
Yeah.
back and did that when he was with the 49ers.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
it
that
ain't
was dope.
funny no more.
Yeah, you right about that because he's 50. I don't even think that's it. You're just
It's not
50.
funny no more.
Well, once Shannon leaves, they are going to lose a lot of viewers. So it will be interesting to see who will be Shannon's replacement. And I'm curious to see, too. So let us know in the comments. We'll be right back.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. The Celtics lost to the Miami Heat in Game 7, allowing the Heat to advance to the NBA Finals. What were your thoughts on that game?
Boston just collapsed. Everything about Boston just showed that this is not a team you can keep together. They shot poorly. Jason Tatum faded away. It was just a whole debacle, the whole thing. It was crazy. Even the coaching was horrible to me. I didn't see nothing good about the game. Jimmy took over and made it just his series pretty much.
Well, let me. It's like I have a few things to say about this on a different level. So, you know what my man asked me? I was in Vegas the other day. Yo, so if Boston would have won, would it have been a reverse sweep?
Yeah.
Because they was down 0-3s, and then that was a great question.
That would have been a reverse sweep.
Shout out to Slug. That was a great question.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. Look, first of all, with Boston is this. They're saying let's split up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
They have to do that.
They're both under 27 years old. They both have a lot of time left. I think before this series started, before the playoffs started, I was talking to NBA friend of mine, I won't say, and I say I don't trust Boston.
Yeah.
Just when it comes down to it, I don't trust them. Why? I have no logic behind it, but I think when it's big time moments, I don't trust Boston. That's just me. They have young players. You got Jaylen Brown, who's 26. Jason Tatum's not 28, 27, 26, whatever he is. I thought Brogdon was a great addition. Al Horford plays great. Williams is great on the boards. Something's just there that isn't right. If they had a Jimmy Butler, a veteran on their team, I think that's what they're missing, a veteran player. I don't know if you split the team up, but what I would say is I wouldn't pay Supermax to either one of those. I may want them at a reduced rate. Now, if you want to go in the market and check your value out in other teams because you want to get the Supermax, go do it. You're scheduled to get $295 million if you stay here, Jaylen Brown. I got $200 for you. This series costs you $95 million if you want to stay here. If you don't, we understand that. Jason Tatum, he still has another year, so we'll visit this conversation.
You would pay
next
Tatum
year.
the money he's asking for?
He has another year until it's time to get it. Jaylen Brown's contract is coming up right now. Tatum has another year to prove himself. But what I'm saying is neither one of them deserve what they need to do because they're still, what they're supposed to get, because they're still young, but y'all at the age to where, not the age, y'all, your first team NBA 2 years in a row, Jason Tatum.
They're 20 what?
26.
This the year Mike started,
Yeah.
getting the championships, getting it done.
Yeah, this is true, but the problem is these niggas getting way more money than Michael Jordan than anybody else get. That's the whole problem. It's not about Boston keeping them and trying to figure out, do you pay them this amount of money?
Yeah, I wouldn't pay them that much.
I wouldn't give even one of them that amount of money. I'd be like, y'all gotta understand. You
and
gotta
even
feel
if
me.
you bring in a veteran, where do you put the veteran on that team? Who plays less?
Right. It doesn't have
Because
to
if
be.
they're not playing, these are the type of players they might not respect the person who's not producing.
I understand completely.
Gary Coleman.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be anybody in their position. Like, for instance, you got Al Horford as a veteran, but is he a leader?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not necessarily a leader. He's a good player, but you need somebody who's a leader and not. And I'm not going to say Chris Paul because he hasn't won anything.
Yeah,
but
I think the veteran has to be somebody who got a ring.
Right,
Because
exactly.
then they could tell you, this is how you prepare for this weekend. This is what you should do the next 3 days.
Absolutely.
And they don't have that, obviously.
Right. I think they're young enough. You put them together. You just don't supermax them out until further notice. I think the coach did a great job.
Motivating them.
He's the great motivator. Look,
When
that
they was down 3-0,
Yeah.
he came in there and took all of the blame and made it easier for them to come back and play.
Absolutely, and he wasn't even on the main bench last year. He
Yeah.
was in the second row.
Yeah.
Secondly, you know how he's not losing his job, and I'm not saying he didn't do this, so I don't want people to take this the wrong way. So when they asked him, when you was down 3-0, what did you do the night before the next game? He said, I went to go see some terminally ill kids in the hospital and realized basketball isn't everything. And shout out to him for even doing that. But you ain't getting fired after that. You know what I'm saying? So
Kyrie said the same thing, how that worked out for him. He said basketball ain't everything.
yeah, but Kyrie didn't go to the hospital to visit terminally sick women or kids that have cancer that's going to die in the next few weeks. That's what homeboy went to do. Secondly, what I will say about the whole series overall, Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler talked about how when Boston was coming back 3-2, how Pat Riley came and fucked with them and was like, so this ain't even about the Heat no more. You know where I'm from, right? you know I'm a Laker, and this is some blood Crip shit with these niggas. I know y'all not about to embarrass me. So Eric Spoelstra was talking about it. He was like, Pat came out to talk with us, and he was like, you know I don't fuck with the Celtics at all, nigga. I know y'all ain't about to do this to me. And they said they felt the sense of urgency when Pat came from upstairs and said,
we figured that Pat was going downstairs.
Yeah, but when Pat came and put that, I know y'all not about
Yeah.
to let the Celtics do this to me.
This nigga killed my cousin.
Exactly.
Y'all
So
letting them walk around here.
exactly.
Because
So,
they came back with vengeance.
yeah, Game 7, they definitely
Yeah.
did. So I think Pat Riley definitely motivated Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, the rest of the crew, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. We ain't going to keep saying y'all ain't 30 yet because something got to give in a minute. I wouldn't pay them niggas, but I don't know if you should break them up, to be honest. I don't know what the answer is. But if they went back next year, If they went back next
If
year,
they go back next year,
I
and
still don't
get
trust
to the,
them.
If they go back next year and they go to the chip or they go to the Eastern Conference final and not win, it's still, you got to break that team up.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Give them one more
It's
year.
time, you got to get a chip or you got to break up.
Yeah, it's not even make it to the chip because you made it to the chip
Yeah.
last year. To be honest with you, didn't achieve
Yeah,
what you
you
achieved
step backwards
this year.
to this year.
Yeah, but you can say it's a new coach and this, that, and the third. It's first time
I'm
coach.
tired of niggas blaming the coach.
Yeah, me
Every
too.
time something happens, it's like the coach, oh, he need another year. Man, there's niggas who won the chip on their first year.
This is true. Steve
So
Kerr.
I don't know about all that. Supposed did the same thing, I think.
Yeah,
1 year.
I think so.
He got him there.
Yeah, I think Steve Kerr
Yeah.
his first year too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I want to say the wrong stats and he'd be like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking
No,
about."
Steve Kerr did. He
Right.
took Mark Jackson's spot. That's
Absolutely.
when he did that.
Yep.
Well, okay, so also aside from the coaches, I think players need to take responsibility too. So there was a lot of people actually pointing fingers at Jaylen Brown because
Yeah.
the Heat's tactic was to force him left. And every time they forced him
they
left,
say he couldn't go
yeah,
left.
he had 8 turnovers in Game 7. So what are your thoughts about that? I know you kind of touched on the
That's
Supermax
like bitty
contract.
basketball.
But do you,
That's
yeah,
like
do you think he's
11
worth the
and
money?
under basketball. You can't push him left. He can't go left.
So-
how do you make millions of dollars and can't go left?
So that just so I'm clear, because I didn't hear about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The strategy was to force him to go
Force
left.
him to go
Yeah.
left, and they did
They
it
said
every
when he
time.
go
He had a
left, he
record
turn
of
over the
8
ball.
turnovers in Game 7. And in a Game 7, that's crazy.
I remember playing for Gauchos. I was 11 years old. I was 11.
That's what I said.
Yo, I
11
know,
and
serious. Yo, I remember playing for Gauchos. I don't remember if you remember Mr. Page.
Yeah.
I was playing for Gauchos and I was in practice, and they cut off my right hand. And I didn't even realize I couldn't go left. I didn't even know. I'm just used to busting niggas out. And Mr. Page, I don't know if he died or not, but probably so much rest in peace. He said, yo, cut off his right hand. And they played me right, and I was going left, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know how to go left. I didn't even realize that I didn't know how to go left. And I was crying, because they started,
You're gonna let him dribble it off his foot.
Yo, I kept trying to I couldn't go left so bad that I kept trying to go around the nigga with my right hand, and he wouldn't let me do it. And that was at 11 years old, crying. So like Mace just said, how do you get paid millions and millions of dollars and you can't go left?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
With all
listen,
the dribbling drills they got,
listen.
tennis balls.
But listen, it's a couple players now that you bring this up. You got, I didn't realize Jaylen Brown couldn't go left. You got Randall and Barrett who can't go right.
Yeah.
In New York, you force them right, they can't go right. And then the last topic that nobody really talks about, and it kind of disturbs me for years, is that Klay Thompson has no moves. Like that nigga shoot his ass off, but he can't get you off him.
Bop, bop.
Yeah, he has no through the leg behind the back. Like so when they asked me about Devin Booker against like Klay Thompson, I'm like, Devin Booker could get you off of him. Klay Thompson just could shoot really good, but after the 10 years you've been here, you don't have 2 or 3 moves to get a nigga off you. If you just can't shoot, you gotta pass it or you gotta go to the basket. You have no diddy bop. For 10 years in the NBA. So those are players that get paid millions and millions of dollars.
He need to work on that. He need to come to the hood.
Yeah, like
Klay Thompson, come to the hood.
Nobody
We'll help
notices
you.
that. They don't bring it up that this man has no moves to get you off. He shoot his ass off.
Yeah.
But if you want him, he has no moves to get you off. So I didn't even know that about Jaylen Brown, man.
Yeah.
You definitely ain't get no Supermax now. You ain't got no damn left hand. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so also on the topic of individual players, we can't touch on Jaylen Brown and not touch on Jason Tatum. So obviously Jaylen Brown couldn't go left, but he scored the most points with 19 points. Jason Tatum scored 14
Tatum let all the
points.
light-skinned niggas down. He let all the
But
light-skinned
they're
niggas
saying
down.
that he was injured. So do you think that if Jason Tatum wasn't, do you think that the Celtics could have won Game 7?
Everybody injured at this part of the season, man. Everybody limping and all this crazy shit. The Greek Freak was hurt the first series. Listen, man, if you're
Jimmy
on the
Butler was hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My thing is this: if you on the court, it's no excuses.
Yeah.
Get
off the court.
Get off the court if you hurt. So if
Get
you
off
on the
the
court,
court.
I don't give nobody on the court an excuse unless it's just that bad that you can see it, like Isaiah Thomas when he's limping around or Willis Reed or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Outside of that, You want all of a sudden Game 7, you limping around. No
Yeah.
excuse. I'm not giving Jason Tatum a pass on
Unless
that.
it's like a torn muscle or something like that. Other than that,
Nigga said the X-ray said negative.
yeah, if it's a pain level, then that's a will level.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm not giving Jason Tatum. I'm not giving nobody on that team a pass. Their contract is coming out. Only person I will give a pass to is the coach. He got thrown in the situation a week before the season started, and then they talk about he's an interim coach, and then they finally give him the job. Then when he's down 0-3, they talk about firing him. He going through a roller coaster ride. He didn't ask to be the coach. They begged him to be the coach, and I think he did a great job with the Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals with some team that he didn't even know he's going to coach a week before the season started.
Why is everybody so mentally fragile?
Yeah, we in a mentally fragile place in
For
life.
real, it just seemed like everything is just so fragile.
First of all,
everything.
You know what I hate? I hate
When niggas is up, they the goats. When everything go bad, it's like my pinky toe, my wrist,
wherever we in murder, wherever we in,
tape my shoulder.
We in the I'm allergic to gluten era. What the fuck is gluten? When did gluten come out? I'm not from the gluten. I never heard of gluten until like 7 years ago.
I remember I heard of kids that I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I said, nigga, we ain't have no milk. We was doing carnation with water and cereal. What you mean you can't drink that milk?
Niggas talking about, I can't eat gluten. When did gluten come out? I never heard of gluten until I was like fucking 35 years old. Now niggas is allergic to gluten and shit. This comes with the soft shit pause that you was just talking. That's why I brought it up. Niggas got mental issues. Niggas is allergic to gluten. They can't eat this crazy shit. Listen,
we're
man.
not making light of mental issues. It just seems like when people want to be tough, they're very tough.
Right.
And then when they start underperforming, it's always a mental excuse.
Yeah, lately I'll definitely say that. It was no mental issues that you were allowed to talk about when we came. If you had one, you got to shut up about it. Period.
So I appreciate them, sharing their vulnerability, but we got to get back to sports, man.
Okay.
We got to get back to sports. I think they're getting paid too much to be that weak, honestly.
I don't disagree with you. Listen, man.
You can
Michael
figure
Jordan
it out for that much.
Made $112 million his whole career. We're talking about a nigga, Jason Tatum, making $314 million in 5 years. Steph Curry just signed $5 million.
And we want them to make that money. So we're not people that want you guys not to make that money, or we're hating because you're making that money. We're just saying live up to the responsibilities. I believe it's something like that in the Bible where it says, to whom so much is given, much is required. You're getting a lot, it's time to perform a lot. We don't need the excuses, because they don't give you an excuse for your check.
That's a fact. I totally agree, 100%.
Yeah. Right, good points. And aside from me being a Heat fan, all I'm hearing is excuses. So we'll see what happens for
Yeah,
them
we got to stop those
year.
excuses.
Yeah. Okay, so moving forward, the Nuggets defeated the Heat in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
What you thought?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I give the Heat, listen, what the Heat done this year was exceptional. They was one game from not even making the playoffs. They lost their first round game, the play-in.
Yeah.
So they almost didn't make the playoffs.
They were the 8th seed.
Yeah, but they was in the play-in to be the 8th seed.
That's crazy.
And lost the first game to even be in the playoffs. So then you get to the playoffs, you beat Milwaukee, beat the Knicks, and then you beat Boston. They did a phenomenal job. But, listen, man, and me and Murder probably been talking about this the last 2 or 3 shows. We seen them Denver niggas live, man.
It's Batman versus the Joker.
Yeah, for real. We seen them niggas live. I'm going to give the Heat one game. I thought it was going to be tonight because Denver was off for 9 games and the Heat been in motion.
You giving them one game?
I was. I thought it was going to be tonight because I thought they had River. I thought they was going to be in River.
Yeah.
I thought
everybody
Denver
keeps saying they're gonna get the second game, and I remember going out to Denver, and I had to buy oxygen.
Right, exactly.
The air was so crazy. I was in the Aspens or somewhere supposed to perform, and I just couldn't breathe. And the guy was like, "Hey, we gotta go to the store. We gotta buy oxygen." And I saw that tonight. It looked like they couldn't keep up with
It's a higher altitude in
altitude.
Denver. Absolutely, 100%. You go to Denver and you're not used to that altitude, it's different for you. And what happened is Miami only had 2 days to get used to it. If you out there for a week to train or whatever, you may get used. I don't know how long it takes to get used to their oxygen. But Mason's 100% right. Their level of ground is way higher than any place else. And if you're not used to that, you're going to get gas. Plus, coming off a 7-game series, higher altitude, they're fresher. Talking about Denver, it just wasn't their night tonight.
You're tired because you went to the 7th game with Boston, and it took everything to get that game.
Yeah.
So now they find themselves drained and going back there, and I just hate even like with Boston, they shot themselves out of that game. That was crazy. So then when we come into this series, it seemed like the 3-point era is dying. That's what I'm watching. People that are trying to live just off the 3 is going back to real basketball. That's what Jimmy Butler proved.
That's true, but I don't think Jimmy Butler could do this by himself. Them niggas,
They can't beat Denver.
Listen, man, Denver is a full team, man. You got the Joker. As much as I like Bam, I don't think he's not.
I think they should be proud of them if they get 2 games.
Yeah, if they get one,
you should be really proud of them.
Listen, man, LeBron ain't won a game.
Yeah.
Booker and KD won 2 games. Minnesota won 1 game.
Yeah.
So if you get a game, cool. I don't see 2. I was saying 1. But if they get 2, listen, I want this to be a series. Bam is not matching up with the Joker.
You don't think Jimmy Butler could will this series like the rest?
I think
there's some people that say that. They say if Jimmy Butler got him this far,
you got to realize
this wouldn't be far-fetched.
Everybody's following the story that they're showing. You're not showing the Jamal Murray story. You're not showing somebody who was getting 50 in the bubble against Donovan Mitchell, who hurt their leg, who had to sit out for 2 years and think he's going to get traded because he was hurt. So he thought Denver was going to trade him.
Yeah.
Then he finally gets better and watch his man get 2 finals MVPs, and he like, if I had a little bit of help, we could do something. What about the Jamal Murray story? Everybody's following the Jimmy Butler story. What about the Michael Porter Jr. story?
Yeah, and the Bruce Brown story.
Yeah,
because Bruce Brown is almost up to 200 points.
Right.
In the playoffs alone, while the rest of the team is probably at 100. So he's balling at a whole nother level. Then you got, when you think of Murray is there proving that he's better than every other point guard in the league. I'm ready to say that. Murray is better than every point guard in the league.
Yeah, back to what I was saying, Michael Porter Jr. hurt. He was the #1 player coming out of high school. He hurt his back. So his stock value went down, and Denver lucked up and got him. He's supposed to be the he's supposed to be how Tatum is in the NBA. So you got to think about his story to where he like, all right, y'all talk about Jimmy Butler. I was hurt. I was supposed to be how Jason Tatum is. Now I'm a key piece on a good team. You got to think about Aaron Gordon. He was down there in Orlando thinking that he was never going to win. Now he's on a team that could possibly win. You got to think about Caldwell Pope Jr. Lakers ain't want me. I helped them win a chip. You got to give me, look, because Jimmy Butler on TV, everybody got their own personal story. They like, oh, come do my story. My shit crazy too.
And
you know
Miami haven't beat Denver since the bubble. If you really think about it, they're probably 6-0 in the last couple of years. I don't ever remember Miami beating them.
Right. I know they didn't win this year at all. They showed the highlights of the 2 games they played this year. They didn't win this year. But at the end of the day, because Jimmy Butler is doing this in spectacular fashion, that pisses other niggas off who have their own story.
Yeah.
And they're
trying to prove it right now.
Yeah, and it's looking like they're gonna do it. I give Miami 1 game. I wish it would go 7-6, but Denver is just a really, really good team. Outside of injury, I don't know if it goes past 5. Right now, it's looking 4-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jamal Murray and Jokic have great chemistry, so I see that. But I'm still optimistic about the Heat. Okay. I don't think playoff Jimmy was activated yet. He only got 13 points. Bam, snap for the team as a whole. But even like Max Strus, he scored 0 points. Yeah. They only lost by 11 points.
You don't think this is too big of a game for them?
No, I'm rooting for the Heat regardless.
The lights might be too bright for them.
I'm rooting for them regardless. I think that when a couple more players get their head in the game, really start feeling it, and realize who they're up against, will be surprised.
Listen,
that's who I'm going with.
I call Jimmy Butler PB&J, playoff Jimmy Butler. That's my nickname for him. But you're saying he's not activated. It's only
Not yet.
Yeah, all right.
I think after this game, we'll see a different Jimmy.
Yeah.
13
Listen,
points
They
ain't good
kept
enough.
him to
I hope
13
so.
points.
I hope so. I hope we see a different Jimmy Butler, but to say he's not activated, the playoffs been started. He was activated last game. So hopefully we'll see a different Jimmy Butler because I'm rooting for Jimmy Butler, but this is a tough team, bro. This is really
Yeah,
a
it looks
tough
like
team.
it's going as planned because they had them down.
And when you say
9.
that, and listen, I seen the game on the flight, bits and pieces, because the internet was going out. When you say they won by only 11, they was winning by 15 the whole game. It was no time Miami was close. They kept them at bay, so the final score may not be equivalent to how the game really went. Because when I looked, it was never close.
It was gaps. It was big gaps.
And they were favorites by 9, so they won by 11.
I'm still optimistic. That's my team. Let us know who y'all got in the comments, Denver or Heat. And with that, we'll be right back.
Pink horsepower.
She called this thing about toxic.
What's happening, baby? Baby, what's happening?
Why you walking like that?
That's how I walk.
And then like you come on breathing on me like that.
I fucking breathe to live.
And like you used to be dark skinned and now you act like hella light skinned.
Are you fucking blind? I'm dark skinned. What the fuck?
And then like look at your beard.
The fuck is wrong
Your
with my
beard
beard?
looks stupid.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I don't even like it. The way you breathe in all of that.
Has this ever happened to you? Your girl seems to be mad, angry, upset. She's frustrated. It's only one way to handle that. Pink horsepower.
But your breath is really refreshing.
No.
I'm just trying to give you a massage. Plus, have I told you how good your beard looks lately? It looks so good.
No.
PHP. It works every time.
Wait, where you going?
Well, welcome back. Tank was arrested on June 1st after allegedly violating house arrest. He now has a 90-day detention in jail. He pleaded guilty to 4 counts relating to a hit and run that left 4 people, which included a pregnant woman, injured. What are your thoughts?
I know. Well, we already know what he was on house arrest for. Hope everybody's okay in the accident and everything, but that's kind of past tense. Not saying that's past tense, but we know what the question is. What did he do to violate the parole? You know what I'm saying?
And how long is he gonna be in jail?
Yeah, because we need to see nigga fight.
Yeah, we was expecting him to fight Devin Haney.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Devin Haney taking that fight. Or if not, I think though, what I will say is this: I think that outside Devin, I think Shakur and Tank are willing to fight each other. Not saying that's going to happen, but I think that everybody's realizing, yo, we can't keep ducking each other. Like, it's time to fight.
Yeah,
So
a lot of things keep happening to make these fights not transpire. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to cut through all of the game. Do you think he went to jail so he wouldn't have to fight?
Nah, I don't think so. I ain't putting that on Tank. I think Tank want to fight niggas. I just think.
I'm just asking a question, just being objective,
I'm not, listen, I'm not disagreeing it.
It seemed like every time a big fight's supposed to happen, something happens.
True, absolutely.
So I know Tank to be a person that'll probably hurt any of those fighters. So I'm not thinking he's ducking, but I have to ask the question. And when he gets out, do you think he'll still be ready to fight?
Absolutely.
You remember how Mike came back? That's the first thing went through my mind. When Mike came back and then he fought Holyfield.
Yeah, but Tank 27. Mike was about 37, 38 years old. He's young enough to come back, and I don't think he's going to be in
Look
jail.
that up,
long.
Stat Baby. How old was Mike Tyson when he came out of jail? But continue, Cam. That's what I wanted to know.
No, I just think that I don't think he's going to be in jail that long. Floyd Mayweather went to jail for 3 months, came back kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? So
And then they
everybody's
say
a
that
little
Earl Spence hurt Floyd when he came back out of jail.
Nah, that was later on, man. You mixing matching times now. You just wilding now. When he came out, he beat He beat Marquez.
I'm a Floyd
He
fan.
beat the shit out of Marquez.
Yeah, I'm
man.
just saying what people say. I don't think he could beat Floyd.
I'm not, with the Errol Spence thing, I don't know what's going on with that because,
Yeah.
you know, they don't talk about what goes on sparring, but that's some legend that Errol Spence got the best of Floyd in training camp, and then they kicked him out
we're
the
not
gym.
saying
We wasn't
Errol
there. Yeah.
can beat Floyd. Floyd, we're not saying that.
You get mad at certain shit like that. I remember the other day when we was watching the game that Jason Tatum passed Larry Bird and some shit.
Yeah, I get mad with that.
You was like, yo, so stop trying to act like Jason Tatum's better than Larry Bird, because what they'll do is they'll be like, the most 50-point game in the history. And Mace was so mad, like, so what y'all trying to say? She's better than Larry?
Tatum better than Larry Bird.
You got mad at that shit.
I was really mad about that.
Yeah.
I hate when people try to change legends, you know, especially when you were there for the legend. You saw it happen. It's different.
And one thing what I will say is about, I know we're in boxing right now, but what I will say about a Jason Tatum, Larry Bird comparison, I know Jason Tatum may have the most 50-point games in Celtic history.
Cam, don't compare him to no Larry Bird.
Can I say what I'm going to say?
Go ahead.
I was going to say that I know Jason Tatum has the most 50-point games in Celtic history, or this amount of wins more than Larry Bird, or this amount of wins like Bird. But what I will say is this. I trust Larry Bird when it's time to go to the playoffs. When it's time to go to the championship, I trust Larry Bird.
I trust that white boy.
Yeah, I trust that nigga a million times more than Jason Tatum. I fuck with Jason Tatum, but when it's playoff time and championship time, I trust Larry Bird. Just like I said earlier, I don't trust Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown until proven different. I do. I a million times trust Larry Bird.
People think I be tripping. Larry Bird would have won that game 7.
Absolutely, a million.
That game was close enough for him to win.
As much as I love Jimmy Butler, a primetime Larry Bird, Jimmy Butler wouldn't have been able to do nothing. You know how many people talk about? Listen, man, this is how good Larry Bird is. Larry Bird said before the game started, we could Google that later on. That he said, you know what, I already beat you earlier this season with my right hand. I'm going to play y'all the whole game with my left hand and score 40 points on all left-hand shots the whole game. Like
on all black players.
All black players.
He wasn't doing this on other little white boys.
Right. Who tells a nigga I'm too good for you that I'm just going to play the whole game with my left hand? That's just different. Back to Mike Tyson. I'm sorry, I didn't want to just jump off the top.
How old was Mike Tyson?
So he was released in 96, so he's about 30.
Okay, ain't too far off, though. Yeah. Ain't too far.
Yeah, we don't know.
30 is still young for boxing. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So what else?
Okay, so also on the topic, the fight is official for Terrence Crawford to fight Errol Spence Jr. on July 29th. Who do you got?
Free Tank. Go ahead.
She want to know who we got for the fight.
Who I got for the fight?
For Errol Spence and Jamal Crawford.
Man, I was wishing we did that interview this week, man.
Yeah. Well, so for those that didn't know, we're supposed to interview Errol Spence. We're gonna reschedule it, but we have some questions for him. But I don't know who I'm gonna pick in the fight, man.
I know who I got.
Who you got?
I got Crawford, man. And I wanted to ask Errol Spence, like, if he was here, I saved this question, man. You remember his car flipped?
Yeah.
I want to ask him, was he running from Mo 3?
From Mo? Yo, hold on. What does this have to do with the fight, though, Murder? Like, it's mental? Like, what you talking about?
I like asking the questions people want to know, man.
Hold on, just so I understand. Time out. I'm a little confused on this. What does him flipping the car have to do with Mo 3? God bless the dead.
I just.
No, I don't know the story. That's what I'm asking you. So what happened? So you can, for me and the viewers that don't understand why you asked this question.
Just rumor has it that,
right.
that him and Mo 3 was into something. I just want to know, was he trying to get away from Mo 3? Is that why the car flipped?
So, because I'm just naive and some of the viewers may be, what you're saying is that Mo 3 and Errol Spence had some beef?
Yeah, street beef.
Street beef.
Street
okay.
beef.
So you're saying that when Errol Spence was driving, that he was running from Mo3. God bless the dead. That's what you're saying?
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
I'm not, God bless the dead. I'm not laughing. But I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're...
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know that. That's why I'm asking you to be clear.
Yeah,
did you hear about this stat?
No.
Okay, so that's the... But no,
See, people want to know the truth.
No,
that's what I'm here for.
That's why I'm asking. I'm acting like I'm a 3-year-old because I want to be clear on what you're saying. You're saying that the time that Errol Spence car flipped...
He may be trying to get away from Mo3.
That would have been a great question. Maybe when we interview him, he'll have that answer that question.
People be thinking we're trolling. Those are the real good questions.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I just didn't see. I didn't know that, and that's why I was trying to elaborate on what you told me. People would definitely know that because you know who's interested in that? The people who know that, like yourself.
Yeah, because when people are hitting my line, they're like, well, why didn't you ask this question? Why didn't you ask that question? So if you don't ask the question, then they think we're being scared. We're not ducking no smoke.
Absolutely, you're 100% right. I just didn't know. I was just asking because you're damn right it is what it is. I wanted to make sure I was clear, and I got your back now. I just wanted to make sure I know the information before we ask. So I didn't even know that. That would have been a great question.
Like when the car flips, the car that goes by, it looked like a car I seen in Mo3 in.
Say less. Say less, bro.
That's why I'm here.
Your trusted voice.
Yeah, I'm a trusted voice.
So hopefully maybe we get to ask him when we interview him, if we get to interview him. And then also what I was going to say is that I seen Terrence Crawford in people's comments talking about, if you say you vote, and if you say Errol Spence is going to win, I seen Terrence Crawford in the comments talking about stay over there too. Yeah. Like Terrence Crawford in the comments,
he's talking like he really got the victory.
Yeah, but not only that, if you pick Errol Spence today, stay there, nigga. That's the type of time he's on. I read in the comments.
And I think Errol Spence is a great fighter, but I wish he'd stay out of some of the other troubles.
Well, what I will say is this, man.
Career.
What I will say is this: regardless of whatever the reason was why he flipped his car, got in the car today. He came and beat the shit out of Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Danny Garcia,
He
nigga said, ouch. In Spanish, he said, ouch.
I never seen a boxer go, ooh.
Nigga, I was supposed to eat. Hit him in the ribs. That nigga said, ouch in Spanish, man.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
I don't think the car accident took any of his skills or power away, but I think it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yep.
Okay, well, let us know y'all's decision. Make sure to tweet and hashtag it is what it is. Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Stay tuned for the next.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two big necks, like when they doing them 2 for $5.